All right, guys, we got the old blown sled again. She's getting ready for her first long rip. Man, the all-wheel drive fucking doesn't work. What a joke. Yeah, game plan is I'm gonna try to get to my buddy's, which is around 25 kilometers away from here. Put some gas in it. It's full with oil. Now, little backstory, it wouldn't start probably about a month ago. That's why I don't have videos anymore. I changed the plugs again. Still wouldn't start. Changed the ignition. Still messed up. But I'd messed around with the coils and I think it's good. At least it started yesterday. So we're gonna try to see if it starts first. This video might just end here. This might end here. Oh. Oh. Yeah, video might end here. That didn't sound good. Oh, there we go. She started.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, so this ride isn't gonna go well. Just wait and see. Why can't I just have a normal ride out, boys? Like, why can't I do that? Sled's working like somebody on welfare, sitting on a beach drinking a cold one. Right off the back, you guys seen I was going wide open, going 61 kilometers. That's kilometers, not miles an hour for you Americans out there. So let's walk through my initial thought process when I went out on the sled. So my sled has always had clutch issues from the beginning when I bought it. The sled would never do more than like 105 kilometers ever. Now this is all me to blame. I'm one of those cheap guys. I grew up poor as shit. I count every dollar, I count every cent. I don't have a lot of money. So for the amount that I use this sled and the amount of snow we get in the winter, I could give a crap. So what I've been doing for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years of owning this sled is putting Band-Aid over Band-Aid over Band-Aid. It's like a doctor's telling you to quit drinking and you switch from hard liquor to beer. You think you're solving the problem, but you're not. Yeah, so if you guys can hear that, the sled sounds like absolute crap. I really don't know what's going on at this time. I think it's clutch, but really this sled has never had any maintenance. I'm talking, yeah, okay, maybe I've changed the spark plugs a few times because it's a 2-stroke, but it's never had the diamond drive cleaned or fluid changed. It hasn't had, what's that other thing? Power valves cleaned. Hasn't had any maintenance. So this whole time you guys are gonna see my hands up. I'm wide open. As you guys can see, wide open. I can't get it above 70 kilometers. Now I got about 25 kilometers to my buddy's place, and this is gonna take me way too long to get there. If you've ever driven a sled before, they're basically like rocket ships. They're the most fun thing you could ever drive. But at this point, I'd rather be walking than driving this thing. So you might have been able to hear when I stopped there, you could kind of hear like a rattle or a clinking or something like that. Again, I couldn't hear it because I had my helmet on, but that's a common sign of your clutch weights or something not opening and closing properly. Now, honestly, this sled has never let me down, which is crazy. Like, even my brakes right here, like, look at that. I've never changed the brakes. There's about 6,000 kilometers on them right now. And Grandpa Almighty, look at this guy. I was nice. I was giving him the right away because he was on the road. You know, that's what I was thinking. But I don't know. I was like, there's no way I'm getting stuck behind this guy. So I hold her wide open, go about 72 kilometers. Look at this, boys. Holy. So I'm about halfway into the trip. I'm halfway to my buddy's place. I'm about 15 minutes behind schedule, and I just decide to call it quits and head home. The sled is not working right. Like I said, it could be blowing up on me. I have no idea. Maybe it's got such low compression because this sled literally is sitting on 100 pounds basically in each cylinder, and maybe it's just that's all she's got is 80 kilometers. So I don't know. My turn off, but it was because I was actually going above 80 kilometers. I think I hit like 87, so now I'm having no clue what's going on. So I'm thinking, is this just going to clear itself up? And then if so, it's going to clear itself up, what's the issue? I'm also thinking maybe now the sled's running super lean, meaning this thing is now just a ticking time bomb. If you guys ever notice like your sled's working, whatever it is, and then it starts working really good, get off it, make sure you check your EFI to see if that's working, and start mixing gas. I just hit 97. Here's the test now. Guys like those car bites? You like them? You like them? All right. recap of what just happened. If you guys seen the GoPro footage. Yeah, so as you guys can see, I was just bombing it to my buddies, but I couldn't get over 70 to 80 kilometers. Now, I have no idea why. My first thought was because the clutch, I didn't redo it properly, right? So that clutch, the spiders, if I take this off, right? I mean, when you're looking at this clutch, it has new weights and it has a new spring, but I didn't replace the actual spider that needs. So these rollers are all flattened out. So I was thinking that maybe the clutch just wasn't engaging as much. So then I turned around because I didn't want to get stuck on the side of the trail, especially my buddy. He had to go somewhere. I was only going to get like 15 minutes of saying hey to him, and then he wouldn't have been able to help me get home. But then I decided to rip it back to my place, and as you guys seen, that straight stretch there, I got it up to like 130, which was crazy. And again, I don't know if it's like, I've never done any maintenance on this. Never once. Not one bit of maintenance, ever. Like spark plugs, that's it. So I've never cleaned the power valves. I've never done the diamond drive fluid. So what I'm thinking is possibly the power valves themselves were gunked up, and that it wasn't been able to get into the power band itself. Because you guys heard when I was driving, if you guys can hear it, I'm sure you'll be able to when I edit the video. But it was just like, did you hear that? Yeah, it wouldn't just like, it wouldn't get into the power band, which is what a two-stroke is meant for. So now it seems like it's ripping. It just seems like it is absolutely just ripping, guys. Like the blown sled, she's got 100 pounds on one piston, one side, and it's got 112 on cylinder 2. I don't care which number you say, but it's got less than what it should. I think the minimum is supposed to be 120. It's got no threads on that. It's got new spark plugs. It's got everything. All right, I'm gonna keep driving. Let's see if we can get this thing. There's no more real straight stretches. That was the only one over there, so I'm just gonna keep ripping, see how she goes. Hopefully the footage, I'm gonna look at the footage. Maybe the footage is all messed up and I can't even really show you guys. Wait a minute. That can't be very good. Did I lose a weight? Shit. Oh no. Look at this shit. This thing backed off while I was driving. No wonder I was only running on friggin' one weight the whole time. Oh, it was a clutch issue, wasn't it? Oh my god. I will have to figure this one out. That's hilarious. So the set screw fell off in that one. That's annoying. So I have to take that clutch off again and reset this one. But oh my god, the set screw went off. That's hilarious. Jesus. I was wondering what was going on. Holy, that makes so much more sense. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Here's a little snippet of my next video of me actually taking apart the clutch. If you guys did like the video, like and subscribe. I like to post content about this stuff, but again, you just never know with this sled. I love Arctic Cat. I love the F6. Never gonna get rid of it. As always, guys, let's play it off with some music. Crazy.
Everybody rock with me because I'm up now. Took your girl and I'm scoring like I made the touchdown. Swerving in a Lambo, doors go up, not on the bus now. Used to want a G-Shock, now I'm walking with a bus down.